Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling and wondering why you're up again, even when your bladder doesn't feel particularly full? It starts as a small nuisance, something we might brush off as just a part of getting older. We've all been there. It's a shared, quiet frustration in the middle of the night. But what if I told you that this nightly interruption is far more than just an annoyance? What if it's a silent thief, quietly stealing your deep sleep, weakening your immune system, and, night after night, increasing your risk of a dangerous fall? Recent studies are showing something truly alarming: that this kind of chronic sleep disruption can raise the risk of memory decline and serious heart complications. And here's the part that no one talks about. The problem often has nothing to do with how much water you drank before bed. As a doctor who has spent decades listening to the concerns of people just like you, I have seen a surprising truth that changes everything. And it's this: your bladder may be sending false alarms. That urgent signal waking you from a deep sleep is often a mistake, a miscommunication between your nerves and your brain. This false urgency is what makes the nights feel endless, and the mornings feel heavy and drained before the day has even begun. But here is the hopeful part. In this video, I am not here to add to your worries. I'm here to arm you with knowledge and give you back control. I'm going to show you 3 simple, almost forgotten points on your body that you can press for just a few minutes before bed. This isn't a new medication. It's a gentle, natural way to help retrain your system, calm those overactive nerves, and finally, give you the peaceful, uninterrupted sleep you deserve. And please, make sure you stay with me until the end. Because the third point I'll reveal, when combined with a simple 1-minute habit, is the one most people miss. And it's the key to making this work not just for a night, but for good. The information in that final section could truly change your nights. Before we dive in, I genuinely want to know how many of us share this struggle. If this feeling of a broken night's sleep sounds all too familiar to you, please take a moment to comment with a single word: tired. It helps me understand, and more importantly, it shows others in our community that they are not alone in this. Okay, let's begin. Alright, let's begin with our first destination on this journey to peaceful sleep. Bladder point number 1. The center of the foot. This first point is a place most of us rarely think about. It sits quietly in the middle of the sole of your foot. A place that has carried you through a lifetime of steps. And now, it holds a gentle secret to helping you rest. I want you to imagine running your thumb slowly along the bottom of your foot. You'll find a soft hollow, a small depression about 1 inch below the ball of your foot, roughly halfway between your heel and your toes. In ancient healing traditions, this spot is sometimes called the bubbling spring, a beautiful name for a point that can bring such calm. For anyone struggling with those frustrating trips to the bathroom at night, this small spot holds surprising power. Now, why does this specific place matter so much, especially as we get older? Well, the science behind it is both simple and fascinating. Your feet are covered in thousands of sensitive nerve endings, creating a direct line of communication to the rest of your body, including your nervous system. As we age, our nervous system can become a bit overactive. It's like a car alarm that's set too sensitively, going off at the slightest touch. The nerves connected to the bladder are no different. They start sending urgent, wake-up signals to the brain long before they should. Gentle, steady pressure on this point on the foot helps to soothe that overactivity. Think of it as a natural reset button. You are gently telling your entire nervous system, it's okay. It's nighttime. You can stand down. This small action also has a wonderful side effect. It improves blood circulation in your legs. If you've ever experienced that heavy, achy feeling in your calves or dealt with nighttime leg cramps that jolt you awake, you know how disruptive that can be. Stimulating this point can help ease that tension, making your whole lower body feel more relaxed and ready for deep rest. This isn't some complicated medical procedure. It is your own body's wisdom, waiting to be listened to. Let me share a story that brings this to life. I once had a patient, a wonderful 68-year-old grandmother from Florida named Carol. She had all but resigned herself to waking up 3, sometimes 4 times a night. She told me with a tired smile that she thought it was just her new normal. After we talked, she started a simple evening ritual. While watching her favorite TV show in her recliner, she would gently press the center of each foot for a few minutes. The first few nights, not much changed. But she trusted the process. Within 2 weeks, something remarkable happened. She started waking only once. Some nights, not at all. She told me the best part wasn't just the sleep. It was the feeling that she had found a solution that was entirely in her own hands. Then there was Robert, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. Robert was tired of the cycle of doctor's visits that always ended with a prescription for a stronger sleep aid, which left him feeling groggy and disconnected the next day. He decided to try this as a last resort, feeling skeptical but desperate for a change. After a week of consistent practice each night before bed, he called my office. For the first time in nearly a decade, he had slept for 6 hours straight. He said he felt like a fog had lifted from his mind. So, how do you do this for yourself? It's incredibly simple. First, find a comfortable, sturdy chair to sit in. Rest one foot across your opposite knee, so you can easily reach the sole. Use your thumb to explore that soft dip in the center. It shouldn't be painful, but it may feel a little tender, which is how you know you're in the right spot. Once you find it, press gently but firmly, with steady pressure. Hold it for about 30 seconds while you take a nice, slow, deep breath. Then, release. Repeat this 2 or 3 times for each foot. If your hips or knees are a bit stiff, don't worry. You can achieve the same effect by simply sitting in a chair and rolling a tennis ball under the arch of your foot. The key is always gentleness. This should feel like a relief, not a chore. Bladder point number 2. Behind the knee. Now that we've grounded ourselves through the feet, let's move up to our second key location. This one is tucked away in a place we often overlook, the crease directly behind the knee. If you are sitting down, I want you to gently run your fingers along that fold where your leg bends. You'll feel 2 prominent tendons running down toward your calf muscle. Right in the very middle, nestled between those 2 tendons, lies a sensitive spot. This area is incredibly important because it's a major intersection, a hub for the nerves and blood vessels that connect your lower body to your brain. For those of us who feel like our bladder is constantly sending urgent, unnecessary signals at night, this spot holds the key to turning down that volume. So why here? Why is this small, hidden spot so effective? As we get older, it's not just the bladder that becomes more sensitive. The entire nervous system can become a bit frayed, a bit more reactive. Think of the nerve signals from your bladder as messages being sent up a highway to your brain. After 60, that highway can get congested with too much traffic, too many signals telling you to wake up. Gentle pressure on this point behind the knee acts like a skilled traffic controller. It helps to calm and regulate that flow of information, ensuring that only the truly urgent messages get through. It essentially tells the overactive nerves, false alarm. Stand down. Let this person sleep. This also has a profound effect on blood circulation. Many seniors I've spoken with complain of heavy, swollen, or restless legs at night. That feeling is often due to circulation that has become a bit sluggish. By gently stimulating this area, you encourage better blood flow, which can ease that uncomfortable sensation, reduce nighttime cramps, and contribute to a deeper, more peaceful state of rest. It's a beautiful example of how one simple action can create a cascade of positive effects throughout the body. I'll never forget Mrs. Helen, a bright and witty 74-year-old widow from Texas. She came to me feeling utterly defeated by her lack of sleep. She often woke 3 or 4 times a night, and each time it took her longer to fall back asleep. Her doctor had suggested more medication, but as she put it, she longed for a natural solution that wouldn't make her feel like a zombie in the morning. I taught her how to find this point. She began a new routine, pressing it each evening while taking slow, deep breaths. The first few nights showed little change, but she persisted. About 10 days later, she experienced something she hadn't in years. She slept for 6 full hours without waking up. She told me her mornings felt lighter, her memory was clearer, and for the first time in a long time, she felt a surge of confidence that she could still guide her own health. To find this point yourself, sit comfortably in a sturdy chair. Place one ankle over your opposite knee, which makes the back of the knee easy to access. Use either your thumb or your middle finger, whichever feels most natural, and press gently but firmly into the center of that fold. You should feel a firm touch, but it should never be painful. Hold that pressure for about 20 to 30 seconds, then release. Repeat this process 3 times on each leg. It's a simple, quiet moment you can give to yourself each night. Isn't that amazing? The power that is already within your own body. If you think so, please type wow in the comments below. It's wonderful to share in these moments of discovery. Bladder point number 3, the lower back. Our final point brings us to a place that carries so much of our daily burden, a place that holds our tension and our stress. The lower back. There are 2 small, yet powerful, spots here that are essential for this practice. To find them, I want you to place your hands on your waist, just like you might do when you're feeling tired. Now, slide your thumbs inward, toward your backbone. You'll find the general area about 1.5 inches away from either side of your spine. These points are located right in the lumbar region, close to where your kidneys sit, and they are gateways to deep relaxation and balance. Now, why is the lower back so critical for calming the bladder at night? The connection is more direct than most people realize. As we age, or if we spend a lot of time sitting, the muscles in our lower back can become chronically tight. This constant tension doesn't just cause aches and pains. It can create a subtle, persistent pressure on the entire pelvic region, including the nerves that control the bladder. This tension acts like a constant background noise, making the bladder even more reactive and prone to sending those false alarms. By pressing these points, you are directly releasing that stored tension. You are telling those tight muscles that it is safe to let go. Furthermore, this gentle pressure supports and improves circulation around the kidneys. This is vital. Healthy circulation helps the kidneys function more efficiently during the day so they can rest more fully at night. When you combine releasing muscle tension with supporting your kidneys, you create an internal environment of calm. The signals urging you to wake become less frequent, allowing for longer stretches of deep, uninterrupted rest. Many people find this also helps reduce that awful stiffness in the morning, making it easier to get out of bed without that heavy, dragging feeling. For someone already worried about balance or feeling weak, this small shift can restore a powerful sense of strength and independence. I think of Arthur, a 70-year-old retired banker from Chicago. For years, Arthur had depended on sleeping pills, convinced his body had forgotten how to rest naturally. But the side effects were taking a toll. He felt groggy, forgetful, and deeply frustrated with himself. A neighbor suggested he try this simple practice. Each evening, while lying on his firm mattress before sleep, he would use his fists to gently press into these points on his lower back. At first, the only change he noticed was a bit less tension in his back. But after about 10 days, the real magic happened. He woke up one morning realizing he had slept for nearly 6 hours straight, without a single pill. He told me what meant the most wasn't just the sleep itself, but the immense relief of knowing he could still take charge of his own health, with his own 2 hands. There are 2 very easy ways to do this. The first is to use your own fists. Gently press your knuckles into your lower back while leaning against the back of a sturdy chair or even a wall. Another wonderful option is to place a small massage ball, or just a simple tennis ball, between your back and a flat surface. Then, lean back until you feel a steady, comfortable pressure. Hold that position for about 30 seconds, breathing slowly and deeply. Then release. Repeat this 2 or 3 times. Remember, the goal is calm stimulation, not strain. Let's all send some encouragement to Arthur and the many others like him who are finding their own way back to health. Please type "Stay strong" in the comments to show your support. Bringing it all together. The 5-minute bedtime ritual. Now, pressing these 3 points individually is powerful. There is no doubt about that. But the true, lasting benefit, the kind of change that transforms your nights for good, comes when we weave them together into a simple, consistent ritual. Timing and intention are often the missing pieces for people who have tried many things but still struggle with restless nights. This is not about adding another complicated chore to your day. It's about creating a clear, gentle signal that tells your entire body that the day is complete, and it is now time for healing and rest. So, why is a ritual so important? Because our bodies thrive on routine. Think of it like dimming the lights in your house before bedtime. It's a cue. By performing a short, calming sequence each night, you are conditioning your nervous system. You are teaching it to shift from the active, alert state of daytime into the calm, restorative state needed for sleep. Pressing the points too early in the evening might allow the calming effect to wear off. Pressing them after you're already in bed and struggling to sleep might be too late. The perfect moment is just before you intend to go to sleep, as the final step in your day. Before we build the ritual, it's crucial to support it with a few daily choices. Many of us unknowingly set ourselves up for nighttime interruptions. A large glass of iced tea or water after dinner can overload the kidneys at the worst possible time. A better approach is to drink most of your fluids earlier in the day, aiming to finish your last full glass by around 7 p.m. This allows your kidneys to do their main work while you are still awake and active. Similarly, reducing salt at dinner is incredibly helpful, as salty foods increase thirst and cause the body to hold onto extra fluid that it will later demand to release. So, here is the simple 5 to 7 minute bedtime routine that combines all these tools. First, begin by pressing each of the 3 points we've discussed: the center of the foot, behind the knee, and the lower back. Spend about 30 seconds on each spot, for both sides of your body. Move slowly. Treat this process as an invitation to calm. Second, after you've worked on the points, sit or lie down quietly and take 5 slow, deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose, allowing your belly to expand, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth. This simple act of deep breathing is one of the fastest ways to quiet a racing mind and a reactive nervous system. And third, finish with a gentle stretch. Nothing strenuous. Perhaps just roll your shoulders back and down a few times, or gently flex and point your ankles to ease any tension that has built up during the day. This short routine does not require special equipment or a great deal of effort. What matters is the powerful message it sends to your body. The day is over. The alarms can be turned off. It is safe to rest deeply. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Even if you only practice for a few minutes each night, doing so regularly builds a deep sense of trust between your body and your mind. Most people begin to notice small changes within 2 weeks. A little less urgency, a little longer rest, and a much lighter mood upon waking. Health is not about quick fixes. It is about these quiet habits, repeated with care, that slowly and surely restore our natural balance. With this approach, your nights can become calmer, your mornings brighter, and your confidence in your own body stronger than ever. Important questions and your safety. All right. Before we go any further, I want to pause for a moment and address some very important questions that might be on your mind. As your guide on this journey, my most important job is to ensure you feel safe, confident, and fully informed. In my practice, I've learned that the best results come when we approach new habits with both hope and wisdom. So let's talk openly about some of the concerns you might have, because knowledge is what replaces fear with empowerment. The first question many people ask is, should this be painful? And the answer is a clear and simple no. Acupressure should never cause sharp or shooting pain. The feeling you are aiming for is a firm, steady, and sometimes slightly tender pressure, more like a deep, satisfying ache than a harsh push. If you do feel strong pain, it's your body's way of telling you one of two things. You're either pressing a little too hard, or you might be slightly off the correct spot. Think of it as speaking kindly to your body, not shouting at it. So please, listen to that feedback. Ease up, adjust your position slightly, and trust the feeling of gentle relief. Comfort is the goal. Another very common question comes from those of us who are already managing chronic health conditions, like diabetes or high blood pressure. You might be wondering, is this still safe for me to do? And the good news is, yes, this gentle practice is generally very safe. However, it's always wise to approach it with mindful care. The guidelines are simple. Use gentle pressure, limit the time on each point to about 30 seconds, and never force anything. It is also a wonderful idea to mention this to your doctor on your next visit. Think of it not as asking for permission, but as partnering with your healthcare team. Many older adults have found that combining the best of medical advice with simple, self-care practices like this gives them a sense of complete, well-rounded support. Now, this next part is vital. It's about knowing when this practice is a helpful tool, and when you need to pick up the phone and call your doctor. Acupressure is a wonderful support for the common challenges of aging, but it is not a replacement for professional medical evaluation when red flags appear. If your nighttime urination is accompanied by any of the following symptoms, please seek medical care. These signs include a burning sensation or pain when you urinate, seeing blood in your urine, a sudden and unexplained swelling in your legs or ankles, or a fever and chills. These symptoms can point to conditions like a urinary tract infection prostate issues, or other things that need a doctor's attention. Delaying care could make a simple problem much worse. Remember, a wise person uses every tool available to them, and that includes the expert guidance of your doctor. Finally, many people ask if they can combine acupressure with other calming activities. The answer is a resounding yes. In fact, doing so often increases the benefits. Pairing this nightly ritual with a few minutes of gentle yoga, some simple stretches, or a short, peaceful walk after dinner can work wonders. These activities help reduce stress hormones, improve your overall circulation, and quiet the nervous system, making your bladder even less reactive. They all work together, sending the same beautiful message to your body. It is time to heal, it is time to rest, and it is safe to let go. To honor this commitment to your well-being, I'd like to ask you to make a promise to yourself. Please type "I will listen" in the comments below, as a pledge that you will always listen to your body's signals and seek help when you need it. The invitation. A journey to restful nights. We have explored so much together today. We've uncovered why our bodies change after 60, and we've learned how to reconnect with our body's own natural ability to find calm through 3 simple, powerful points. We've learned that nighttime urination, this thing that feels like an unavoidable part of aging, it does not have to be your destiny. These 3 points, in the center of your foot, behind your knee, and on your lower back, are simple, they are safe, and they are completely free. They require no special tools, no prescriptions, and no complicated instructions. All they require is a few minutes of your time and your gentle, consistent attention each evening. For so many people, these points offer more than just physical comfort. They restore something even more precious: the belief that your small actions still matter. They rebuild the confidence that even in your later years, you still have the power to influence your own health and well-being. This practice is proof that better sleep is possible without having to rely solely on another pill, or worse, on resigning yourself to frustration and exhaustion. It's a return to hope. I want you to think about something. For most of your life, you have cared for others. You raised families, you supported your communities, you carried countless responsibilities with a quiet and unwavering strength. You have given so much of yourself. Now, these small, nightly habits are a way to finally let your own body care for you. Pressing these points, breathing deeply, and creating a calming routine are not just physical steps. They are profound acts of self-respect. They are gentle reminders, every single night, that your health is still in your hands. This journey isn't about fighting against age. It's about partnering with your body, listening to what it needs, and giving it the gentle guidance it requires to rest and to heal. Each night becomes an opportunity, not for struggle, but for restoration. So here is my final invitation to you. I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to experience it for yourself. Try this simple practice for just 7 days. That's it. 1 week. And just notice how your nights begin to change. Notice if the urgency feels a little less urgent. Notice if the stretches of sleep become a little longer. Notice if your mornings feel a little lighter. If you feel even a small improvement, please come back and share your experience in the comments, because your story, your small victory, may be the very thing that gives someone else the courage to begin. And if you have found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel, press that like button, and type the word HOPE one last time below. Together, we can continue to build a community where aging doesn't mean losing control, but rather finding new and beautiful ways to live with peace, with dignity, and with a quiet, unshakable strength. As we bring our time together to a close, let's circle back to where we began. We started this conversation today talking about that frustrating, lonely feeling. Waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning and wondering why. It's something so many of us have quietly come to accept as just an unavoidable, unfortunate part of getting older. A destiny we simply have to endure. But I hope that what you have truly learned today, deep in your heart, is that it does not have to be your destiny. We've discovered that you don't need another prescription or some complicated device to find peace at night. The wisdom to find calm, to heal, and to rest deeply is already inside of you. It's been there all along, waiting in quiet places like the center of your foot or the crease behind your knee. This journey isn't about fighting against age. It's about finally partnering with your body. It's about listening to it, respecting its signals, and giving it the gentle, consistent guidance it needs to remember how to rest. These 3 simple points: They are more than just techniques. They are a powerful declaration that your health, your peace, and your well-being are still very much in your hands. And now, as we wrap up, knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. So, I have one important question for you. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself after watching this video? It could be as simple as, tonight, I will try the point on my feet, or I commit to the 5-minute ritual for just 1 week. Whatever it is, no matter how small it feels, please share your personal commitment in the comments below. When you write it down, you make it real. And reading your promises helps to inspire everyone else in our community to take that first brave step right alongside you. And if you found real value and a sense of hope in our time together today, please show your support by giving this video a simple like. It truly helps more people find this message. To ensure you continue on this journey with us, and never miss another video full of life-changing wisdom, hit that subscribe button. It's more than just a click. It's you joining a community of friends, all dedicated to living our later years with health, dignity, and peace. Finally, think of just one person in your life right now. A friend, a sibling, a spouse. Someone who you know is struggling in silence with these same restless nights. Please, take a moment to share this video with them. You never know. That simple act of kindness might just be the gift that changes their life. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me. Stay healthy, stay wise, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.